Allow this story to be a calm presence as you drift to sleep. Azalea and Ma, A Tale of Empathy. Edgar of Azalea, a kind girl, and Ma, a wise tiger, who helped struggling forest animals through anti-fluoride and teamwork. Once upon a time, in a lush, tranquil valley, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Azalea. Azalea had golden curls that glistened in the sun and eyes as blue as the clearest sky. Her best friend was an old, wise tiger named Muck. Muck had stripes like dark velvet and eyes that held secrets of the ages. They were an inseparable pair, sharing secrets and adventures in their idyllic home. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Azalea noticed Muck looking unusually pensive. She approached him gently, her compassionate nature urging her to find out what troubled her dear friend. Muck, are you all right? You seem worried, Azalea asked softly, her voice a soothing balm. Muck sighed deeply. Azalea, I have been thinking about the animals in the fog forest. They are going through a tough time, struggling to find food and shelter. His voice was gruff but filled with genuine concern. Azalea's heart ached at Muck's words. We must help them, Muck, she said with conviction. The next morning they set out on their journey, the air crisp and fragrant, with the scent of pine. Azalea rode on Muck's broad back, marveling at the beauty around them. They crossed flowing rivers, trekked through dense woods, and finally reached the far forest. It was here they saw the plight Muck had described, animals weak and weary, their homes destroyed by a recent storm. Azalea dismounted and approached a shivering rabbit, offering it a comforting hug. Muck roared a call to the forest, gathering the animals round. We are here to help, he proclaimed. They spent days building new shelters, finding food and tending to the sick. Azalea's tireless effort and Muck's strength brought hope to the forest denizens. In the evenings, they sat around a bonfire, sharing stories, laughter, and love. The forest, once filled with despair, slowly vibrated with renewed life. As their mission drew to a close, the animals gathered to thank Azalea and Muck. Tears welled in Azalea's eyes as she hugged Muck, realizing how much they had accomplished through empathy and unity. We all have the strength to help others if we just care enough, she whispered. But Muck's eyes glinted with pride and warmth. Hand in paw, they returned home, hearts full of the joy that only selfless love can bring. Here I host a new tale to carry you further into peace. Aster and Aphelia's Meadow Adventure. This story is about a girl named Aster who discovers a magical meadow and meets Achillea, the guardian of the forest, who shows her the wonders of nature. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a curious young girl named Aster. She had striking blue eyes that glimmered with wonder and an insatiable love for nature. Her favorite place was the meadow that stretched beyond her village, a place where the wildflowers danced with the wind and the tall grasses whispered ancient secrets. One sun-drenched afternoon, Aster ventured deeper into the meadow than she had ever gone before. The further she walked, the more vibrant the colors of the flowers became until she found herself in a clearing, where the air felt almost magical. There, standing with an ethereal glow, was Achillea, the guardian of the forest. Achillea had a serene presence and a nurturing aura that made Aster feel inexplicably safe. Achillea's hair cascaded like waterfalls of silver and eyes the color of new spring leaves. Welcome, Aster, Achillea said in a voice that sounded like a gentle breeze. I have watched over this meadow for centuries, and I see you have a pure heart. Aster was both nervous and excited. What is this place? She asked, her voice trembling with awe. This is the heart of the meadow, where the spirit of nature thrives, Achille explained. It is rare for humans to find this place, but those who do are connected deeply to the earth. Astor felt a warmth in her chest, as if she had discovered a part of herself she never knew existed. Achille led her round, introducing her to the flora and fauna, each with its own story. They spent hours together, walking among the blossoms, listening to the songs of the birds, and learning the language of the trees. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the meadow, Achille turned to Astor and said, "It is time for you to return, but remember the meadow will always be a part of you wherever you go." Astor nodded, feeling a sense of peace and fulfillment. She bid farewell to Achille and made her way back to her village, the lingering scent of wildflowers in her hair and the wisdom of the meadow in her heart. From that day on, Astor visited the meadow often, each time growing closer to nature and the magical world that lay within it. The next story is ready to bring you peace. The Enchanted Forest of Bluebell and Phlox. This story is about a girl named Bluebell and a dwarf named Phlox, who discover the magical secrets of their forest and become its protectors. Once upon a time, in the whimsically enchanting town of Greenleaf, there lived a benevolent young girl named Bluebell and her trustworthy companion, a dwarf named Phlox. Bluebell had hair as golden as sunflowers and eyes that sparkled like the morning dew. Phlox was a stout dwarf, with a long, silver beard that shimmered under the sunlight. Every day, they explored the vast, mysterious forest that surrounded their town, a forest known for its magical essence and vibrant nature. The trees in the forest were ancient giants, their branches likewise old arms reaching towards the heavens. Moss carpeted the ground, making their paths soft and plush as they wandered. Birds of impossible colors flitted between the branches, singing songs that were as old as the trees themselves. One golden afternoon, as they strolled through the forest, Bluebell and Phlox stumbled upon a hidden glade they had never seen before. In the center of the glade stood a magnificent tree, its leaves shimmering like emeralds. At the base of the tree, there was a door made of roots and vines, intricately woven together. Curiosity sparkled in Bluebell's eyes as she approached the door. Phlox, ever cautious, tugged at her sleeve. "Be careful, Bluebell. This forest is full of wonders but also secrets," he warned. "We should investigate," Bluebell declared, her adventurous spirit gleaming. Inside, the tunnel glowed with bioluminescent fungi, casting a soft, otherworldly light. They walked hand in hand, their footsteps echoing softly as they muggled at the glowing walls. Finally, the tunnel opened into a splendid cavern where the air shimmered with golden particles. They could see the forest canopy far above, the light filtering through in delicate rays. In the center of the cavern was an ancient stone pedestal. Upon it lay a book bound in leaves and flowers. Bluebell picked it up, her hands feeling the gentle thrum of magic within. "This is a book of nature's secrets," she whispered in awe. "Shall we read it?" Phlox nodded, his respect for the forest mirrored in his wide eyes. They began reading the book, each page revealing the deep mysteries of the forest and how the trees communicated through their roots, the secret dances of the woodland creatures, and the songs of the winds. As they read, they realized that they had become the guardians of the forest's secrets. They knew that with this knowledge came great responsibility. They vowed to protect the forest and its enchanting mysteries. As they made their promise, the forest seemed to come alive with a harmonious symphony, as if acknowledging their pledge. The birds sang louder, the trees rustled with approval, and the forest glowed a little brighter. From that day on, Blue and Phlox continued to explore the forest, but now they did so with a deeper understanding and a sacred duty. They became the storytellers and protectors ensuring that the magical essence of the forest remained untouched and cherished for generations to come. Whenever the townsfolk of Greenleaf asked about their adventures, Bluebell and Phlox would simply smile, their hearts full of the forest's hidden wonders, and their spirits intertwined with nature's magic. Let's turn to the next chapter in tonight's adventure. Lantana and Susan's Imagination Adventure. The story is about Lantana and her ferret, Susan, who use their imaginations to go on an extraordinary adventure. In a small, picturesque village nestled between tall mountains and a shimmering lake, lived Lantana, a young girl with a heart full of dreams. Her constant companion was Susan, a fluffy ferret who had an inquisitive mind and a knack for mischief. Together, they embarked on the most wonderful adventures, all powered by their boundless imaginations. One sunny afternoon, as the golden rays bathed their village, Lantana and Susan found a dusty, old journal hidden in the attic of Lantana's home. Detailed mythical lands and enchanted forests sparking their curiosity. "Let's go on an adventure," Susan, Lantana exclaimed, her eyes twinkling with excitement. They closed their eyes and let their imaginations take flight. Suddenly they found themselves standing at the edge of a vibrant forest, filled with trees that had leaves of every color imaginable. The air was sweet with the fragrance of blooming flowers, and the ground was soft with moss. As they ventured deeper, they met a family of talking rabbits who welcomed them warmly and shared stories of their magical world. The rabbits guided Lantana and Susan to a hidden clearing where fairies danced under the delicate glow of fireflies. The fairies sprinkled them with enchanted fairy dust, granting them the ability to understand the whispers of the wind and the languages of animals. With their newfound abilities, Lantana and Susan continued their journey, encountering majestic creatures like unicorns and ancient trees that share wisdom of the ages. They even helped a lonely dragon by healing its wounded wing, earning its eternal gratitude. As the sky turned a shade of twilight, they arrived at a crystal-clear stream that sang a melodious tune. They followed the stream to a grand waterfall cascading into a pond that shimmered like liquid silver. They paused here, letting the serenity of the scene wash over them. Their adventure was magical, but as the stars began to twinkle, they knew it was time to return. Closing their eyes once more, they imagined their cozy attic. With a shimmer and a soft sigh of the wind, they were back home. The journal lay open, filled with their new memories. Lantana hugged Susan tight. "Thank you for the best adventure," she whispered. Susan squeaked happily, agreeing wholeheartedly. They knew that the power of imagination had made their dreams come true, and that many more adventures awaited them in their dreams, just a thought away. Close your eyes, sleep well, and good night.